Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to look at attributes for leaders. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success. The president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is jikan aru. Jikan aru. Do you have time? Jikan aru. Let's go and have a meeting right now. Do you have time? Jikan aru. Jikan aru. This is very informal. You'd never say this to a client. It's very, very informal. It's what you talk to with friends. But you just want to check. Have you got time for lunch? Have you got time for a meeting? Got a time to go and visit the client? Whatever it might be. You just say, jikan aru. Jikan aru. Jikan aru. All right, this is episode number 421. Today we are talking about 4 attributes for leaders to master. Regardless of what level leader we are, from neophyte to legend, there are 4 attributes which we need to master and keep remastering because business never sleeps. There are leaders who are busy, working in their business, and then there are those who make the time to work on their business. The biggest component of working on their business should be working on themselves. This, however, tends to be neglected. We graduate from varsity, learn on the job, maybe we can lob in an executive education week at a flash brand name business school, but the day-to-day consumes us. Before you know it, the last serious work on yourself as a leader was many, many years ago. Often, all you have to show for the passage of time is a thinning hairline or more grey hair or both, a more generous waistline and higher blood pressure. Leadership as a discipline requires constant study. We need people to work longer, so the generations in the workplace have increased up to 5 for the first time in history. Younger people grow up digital natives, seem terrified of the phone in many cases, and often lack sufficient interpersonal skills because they spend all their time staring at screens. In Japan's case, formal leadership education is rare because most firms don't invest and default to the OJT, on-the-job training model. A few generations of this and the wheels fall off. COVID, forcing leaders to operate in a remote online environment, exposed the weaknesses in the leadership cohort education systems. Many of our clients contacted us to get to work on fixing the issue. The areas of greatest weakness tend to be A, poor time management, especially not having a rock-solid system for prioritizing time usage, and then having discipline to spend their time working on only the most important items when they are at their freshest. B, delegation of tasks, so that the boss can work on the highest value items that only the boss can do. Delegation tends to be a fertile training ground for subordinates to prepare them to step up and take accountability at a higher level. Bosses who hoard work because they don't know how to delegate properly are denying their staff the opportunity to grow. C, coaching is one of those high-value tasks which is always sanctified but little practiced. Bosses confuse barking out orders like a mad pirate captain with coaching. When we shadow bosses, and at the end of the day, show them how many actual minutes they spent coaching their staff, they are universally aghast at how little time they are investing in their people. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is brought to you by, on the 30th of July, we're doing analysing issues and decision-making. On the 3rd of August, we're doing getting results without authority. On the 6th of August, we're doing innovation. Our website is www.dale, D-A-L-E Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 for you there at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Selling is a boss job for both internal and external audiences. Some bosses, though, mistake spruiking for selling. Sales is mainly listening to the answers to supremely well-crafted questions. The remainder of the time is spent asking follow-up questions and introducing solutions. Bosses need to sell their vision and direction for the company to the team, stakeholders, and the shareholders. If the bosses come up through the sales track, then there is a hope that they can do this well. If they are technical people who have come to occupy the hot seat, this idea may be foreign, even repugnant to them. Nevertheless, bosses not only have to be able to sell, they have to master all the medium touch points which now populate our business universe. Communication skills maketh the leader today. Bosses have to be able to compose and deliver messages, all the while being paragons of clarity and conciseness. This is the age of distraction and the era of cynicism. So, the task to get our message across has become unbearably complex and difficult. Staff are time poor, constantly minimizing everything, swimming against the daily tsunami of emails and tramping from one meeting to the next. They're often not devoting the right amount of time to digest the boss's messages. The related skill here is giving presentations. In this modern era A boss who cannot give a sterling presentation won't be boss much longer or won't rise above their current station. There are best practices for delivering presentations, and a boss who doesn't know them is defective. I was astounded to witness a gaggle of executives give 2-minute talks on why they should be elected by their peers to executive council positions. These were captains of industry in charge of brand-name firms with large numbers of people and significant revenues. They were shockers. How could that be? They obviously hadn't received any training on how to present, and embarrassingly, it was obvious to all. The modern boss has to be a multitasking wizard, waving magic wands across leadership, sales, communications, and presentation skills. This is not an opt-in function or a nice-to-have. We are speaking of necessities here, because if your rival has the full package and you don't, they will win and you will lose. We don't want that, do we? Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.